Okay, we'll go ahead and bring the Board of Works meeting to order. Were you both given a chance to review the minutes from the previous meeting held on October 16th?
October 7th.
October what?
October 7th.
I got it all messed up. October 7th.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as emailed for October 7th.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, Barb. Okay, we do have a public hearing at 6:15, so we'll get through a couple things first. First of all, we have make a matter of record, the publication of a meeting date change. So we need to make that a matter of record of this meeting
So
date
moved.
change.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. I'll let Jeff come up and we'll talk about promotion of Heath to captain.
So after everyone that exited, we lost our training captain. That was Taylor Gage, so I've been working with Heath. He's been our interim. I put out to the full-time staff this opening, and Heath was the only one that applied. He is a current instructor. I'm asking to promote him to captain and take all of the training responsibilities.
Okay.
I can recuse myself, I guess.
Why
I
don't
know
you?
that
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, thanks, Jeff. Okay, later on down the list we have a merit lease renewal with Decatur Force. I'm gonna talk about that. We're gonna move that to next week, right? We don't have that one. Okay.
Yes, we don't have that back from Decatur Force just yet.
Okay. And we do have the cleaning contract with the Merit Center. We were going to discuss that. You made some change, or you updated it.
Correct. So we are essentially renewing our contract with Spiffy Clean for cleaning services at Merit Center. Earlier this year, back in July, there was discussion about amending or adjusting hours worked. So the new contract reflects a maximum of 20 hours per week at the current rate of pay that's being done. There are no adjustments in terms of the services being provided, so it'll still continue with bathrooms, common areas, floors, emptying trash, everything that is currently being provided there. It's really an adjustment of the hours being worked, and making sure that it's referenced that she's an independent contractor and not an employee of the city. So move to approve that new contract and authorize mayor to sign it once it's been presented and signed by Spiffy Clean.
Did they give you a number on it? Per a dollar rate for the
It's the same as it was.
It's $30 an hour with
600 a week?
with a max of 20 hours per week.
Okay. I'll make that motion and with Mayor Dan to sign.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. I guess we do have the public hearing on 1034 Parkview, set for 6:15. Do we need to exit this meeting?
We do.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we adjourn, what do we call it, adjourn?
Suspend.
Suspend the Board of Works meeting and open a public hearing.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we'll start the public hearing.
Okay. So we are now in a public hearing regarding a potential demolition order for property known as 1034 Parkview Drive, in Decatur, Indiana 46733. This is a continuation of, well, really a restatement of a prior hearing in which this matter was covered. At that time, there are 4 known record owners or individuals or entities with substantial interest in the property. Initially, we only had good service on one of those interested parties, and this public hearing is to ensure that we now have good service on the remaining 3 and to go through the findings and make a determination as to whether or not the demolition order should move forward.
Correct.
Okay.
So do you want me to do a quick rundown from
Yes.
start to finish? I'll do this as fast as I can.
Okay. But yes.
In the later months of 2017, the city of Decatur and Maumee River Basin tried to purchase 1034 Parkview Drive, Decatur, Indiana 46733 through the FEMA buyout program. The owner of the property at the time was Mr. Ruben Z. Soto. Mr. Soto had agreed to participate in the program. Unfortunately, Mr. Soto passed away before the contracts could be signed. Mr. Soto had 3 adult children, Ruben Soto Jr. of Texas, Laura Soto of Ohio, and Hermelinda Hernandez of Ohio. It was also discovered that Mr. Soto also had a mortgage on the house to the USDA. Over the next 2 years, Rod Rinkenberger pretty much exhausted his resources in an attempt to get a hold of the USDA and the siblings to see if they would still want to participate in that buyout program, and Rod had no luck. So about 2019, 2020, the building department kind of took on code enforcement in a more drastic, I don't want to say, in a more enforcement
Aggressive.
aggressive area. There you go, good one. So at that time, the home at 1034 Parkview sat vacant for like the next 2 years and started to really deteriorate. On September 26, 2022, code enforcement received a complaint on the rubbish, debris, weeds, vegetation, and 2 dilapidated structures on the property. After several attempts to abate all the nuisances listed above, there was a Board of Works meeting held on December 20th, 2022. All parties of interest were notified to appear at the meeting, but all parties failed to appear. At that time, the Board of Works decided to start a condemnation process, but requested that Rod Rinkenberger make a final attempt with the USDA and the 3 adult children. Over the course of 2023, code enforcement visited the property several times, verifying no changes in the condition of the property, and in fact, the conditions got worse. On November 8th, 2023, code enforcement appeared before the Board of Works again. Rod Rinkenberger had once again exhausted his resources and was unable to make contact. At that time, it was decided a final abatement order was going to be given in 10 days to abate the orders or the house would be removed. On December 5th, 2023, there was still no contact from the USDA or any of the adult children. At that time, Board of Works approved to seek a demolition order through the Adams County Circuit Court. On December 21st, 2023, code enforcement received a phone call from Ruben Soto Jr. Out of the blue, and he stated he had received a letter from the USDA in reference to the property and that all financial obligations regarding the property had been released. On December 28th, Mr. Soto sent copies of the debt release letter, a letter of sheriff's sale, and a copy of Mr. Soto's senior's death certificate, and the abatement notices that were sent by code enforcement. At that time, the file was turned over to our legal department because legal was going to try and get a hold of the USDA on their own, see if they could get it hold on. On May 29th, 2024, code enforcement visited the property again. The yard had been mowed. We're not sure who mowed it. structures they're definitely getting worse. I mean, they're bad. On June 11th, 2025, Mr. Soto contacted code enforcement again, inquiring if there were any fines due for himself or his two siblings. Mr. Soto stated that neither himself or his siblings wanted anything to do with the property. Code enforcement asked if he could get contact information for the other two siblings so they could be directed or contacted directly. Mr. Soto agreed to this information, but stated his sister, Hermelinda Hernandez, was ill and probably wouldn't respond back, which to date we had not heard from her. On June 23rd, 2025, code enforcement received a phone call from Dolores Soto. Dolores also stated she had no interest in the property, and once again today we have not heard from Hermelinda. On September 16th, 2025, code enforcement appeared in front of the Board of Works to discuss a demolition order. It was decided to do another publication in the media for the public hearing for a demolition order for October 28th, 2025. We're here tonight seeking approval for a demolition order for two structures on the house located at 1034 Parkview Drive, Decatur, Indiana, 46733.
I can say I've had a lot of complaints from neighbors down there, and they just want to see it gone. It's definitely uninhabitable and unsafe.
So, the paperwork I gave you tonight doesn't cover what it sort of covers what I just read, but the last two pages are pictures from today.
What's your recommendation?
I want to remove the structures.
Okay.
I've already talked with the city. The city's willing to do it.
I understand that it's not likely that the family is going to step up and take care of it, but we do have to notify them and give them an opportunity to follow through with the demolition order themselves. A period of not less than 10 days from time of issuing notice of the order, but not more than 60 days. So what would your recommendation be in terms of that time frame?
I would say 30 days
Okay.
max.
Do we need to close the public hearing now, or do we make a motion during the public hearing?
And the purpose of the public hearing isn't so much for the public to weigh in on this, but it's an opportunity for the record owners and those with a substantial interest in the property to be present, and they are not present. So, if there are no comments or questions from Board of Works, then it would be appropriate to close this public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
I'll make a motion that we open Board of Works meeting. Reopen.
Second.
Okay, motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we're back in the Board of Works meeting. So,
We need a motion to take on the recommendation of Code Enforcement Officer.
I'd like to make a motion to move forward with demolition within 14 days after the letter's sent. We've been dealing with this since '22, so I don't think there's any reason for it to be 30 days.
I
My
concur.
recommendation.
I agree.
is that a motion?
That's my motion.
And I'll second it.
Okay, motion is second to move forward after 14 days. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign.
The letter comes from code enforcement.
Comes from me. It'll be written up like an order that we will send to the parties.
Do you want copies of everything that's in this folder?
I've got my unsafe building code and your handy dandy packet, so
I
I'm,
would say, well, we got everything else. SDA letters and
but I'll come talk with, I've got I've got stuff too, but I'll talk with you tomorrow and we'll get it done between tomorrow and Thursday and sent out.
Okay, we need to make a matter of record, the, publication of the public hearing too.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Carrie. Is this? Is that the same as this, the capacity issue she wants to talk about?
That one's not tonight. That's what we discussed yesterday, so there's
Okay.
more significant changes.
Right. Thanks.
Thank you, Gary.
The first item that I have to discuss tonight is a purchase of a sampler for our industrial user within city limits. There's a sampler out there now. It is currently not operational in the fact that it doesn't refrigerate, which isn't a big deal right now, but come next summer it will be a big deal. I've got a second quote, which I did not give you. Total to fix the current one that's out there, which is roughly 20 years old, it's gonna be $5,144. I didn't think it was feasible to spend that kind of money on a 20-year-old sampler. I know $12,147 is a lot of money, but it does at least give us a current sampler. So it would be my recommendation to purchase a new sampler. Do you guys have any questions about these things?
This is tests that coming out of the facility, or is it for state testing or something? Or?
It is just for our surcharges only. This sampler that I'm suggesting we purchase will match the other two that I currently have at the plant that I do have to have for state sampling. Grip has been very accommodating to us. They're located in Westfield, Indiana, so they can come up really fast if that we have any technical issues.
Any more questions about the sampler?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept the GRIP, what is this, proposal? Yes.
Yep.
You get 30 days to make that decision. It was given to you on the 2nd of
I
October.
asked them about that and they said it would still be valid.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept that.
Second.
Okay, motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay.
I do not need to talk to you about the wastewater vehicle. I guess the street department has interest in that.
Okay,
It's just going to move forward.
okay. You wanna talk a little bit about, regional sewer district?
Thank you.
You have the salt quote?
I do.
Alright, we have
Is that road
been
salt?
approached
Water salt.
by the Adams County Regional Sewer District for project number 6. This project goes out 200 east all the way out to county line, north county line, and then circles around and hits a church and a school along 27, and then also High Street to 100 east, 200 east, and 300, I believe. 400, okay. The reason we need to talk about it is that paper that I gave you, so our original agreement, the top graph shows that we contracted them out and hit 104 3.2% of the plant's capacity. And as things have progressed, we're now into project 6, and all of that would equal a contracted amount of 12.3% of the plant's capacity. Granted, they don't send us that, because if you look at the second graph, second table, they're roughly sending us 7.05% of the plant's daily capacity is from the regional sewer district, given the gallons per day that are metered to us. The question is, how much do you want to give them? I have, like I said, project 6 is a contracted amount of 12.3%. The city has to guarantee them capacity for 20 years. They've never sent us that much, but that's what the contract would agree to. We are currently in the year 2025, roughly estimating running at 63% of the plant's capacity. My little note there says at 90% item says you have to do an upgrade to be able to handle anything else at 90% of the plant's capacity. So we're not there yet, but I don't know at what point we may be there. If we have another industrial user move within city limits, our current one uses 6%, is 6% of the plant's daily flow.
Our current highest industrial user, right?
So I think it warrants some discussion. They're wanting the mayor to sign capacity certification saying that we will agree to, or the plant has the capacity to handle this additional flow. Ann and Aaron and I have met with the regional sewer district yesterday discussing some changes to the contract, because what they're projecting is a 4th amendment to the original contract, which is from 2014. And I think we have the understanding that maybe we'll just start with a new contract that encompasses all of the amendments. And it needs to be a little bit meatier so that the city has right of entry to industrial users or commercial users within the sewer district.
So those will be, that contract will be circulated with the regional sewer district and kind of fleshed out a little bit more, and then brought to Board of Works for consideration. But for tonight, I think the purpose is the discussion on just awareness as to where our capacity levels are and potential limitations for the city moving forward with continued growth with the sewer district, and just kind of what kind of balance do we want to strike.
I got a question. Is this basically all residential?
Yes.
Okay.
When we started discussing industrial and commercial, I think they ended up with between 10 and 12 users. Nathan's supposed to get me a list of any commercial user in the sewer area.
Okay. And basically we're at 63% capacity at this time. The next question, in my opinion, would be what are we looking at on plant capacity if we do get up to 90%? What kind of money, I mean, what do we have to change at the plant?
There would be major upgrades.
Well, I just wonder.
I'm not 100% sure what that would look like.
You need more presses, you need more
It would
weir
probably
tanks.
not be presses, it would probably be aeration tanks, clarifiers, potential headworks, upgrades at the main lift station to be able to handle that kind of flow.
Pumps.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is just
You're
awareness at
talking
this time.
millions.
We're okay, we're comfortable with this. You feel comfortable with what we're doing?
What's the question, I'm sorry?
Do you feel comfortable taking this on?
That's for you guys to decide. I think at some point we do need to put a hold to how much capacity we give them. If we're guaranteeing them already 12% of the plant's capacity, at what point do we say, sorry, we would like to see growth within city limits?
I guess my next question would be, do we have the ability to raise the price for the usage?
They are subject to the same usage as any other city or out of city limit users, I believe. So when we had the price increase at the beginning of the year, they also got a price increase.
Don't they pay time and a half compared to what city or city
I thought it
residents?
I don't remember what the original contract was from
I did not know.
14. We were talking about that yesterday.
I'm just wondering.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you know, if they're gonna pay
Right.
a premium to be on that, which I always thought they did.
I looked this morning and they're built in town rates.
So in-town rate, they're billed in-town, same as in-town rates.
Okay.
In large part because of the volume of customers and the amount that's being
They're getting a
serviced.
bulk rate.
It's a bulk, yeah.
Cause it's coming in
Yeah.
a bulk.
I'll say, you know, I do, I appreciate what the regional sewer district does. I mean,
I do too.
they're cleaning up streams around our area.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a good thing. And a lot of people that are having failing septic systems, this is an opportunity for them to get into our sewer system, and it is a source of revenue. But I get what Carrie's saying. I don't want to get close to that 90% where we're spending millions of dollars. Yeah, the other thing that makes me a little nervous is just that if we get to 80%, 70%, whatever it is, and some new industry or something wants to come into the city and we can't do it, that would be a bad thing. I mean,
We
without
don't wanna
spending
stunt the
millions of
growth
dollars.
for industry.
Right. But I think it's, you know, I think part of the problem is we haven't had a capital plan from like that build up that side money to be ready for an expansion like that. I think for years and years our tap fees were way too low and didn't allow us to build that capital money to sit there for increasing capacity. So now we're at a point where we got to decide, you know, how much is enough to where we have safe space.
Question for the county. You have to pump it to us, right? It's not gravity.
No.
And you take care of that on your side, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have 9 lift stations throughout the county, well, 8 that service Decatur. All of those then pump to Decatur. So like with going up north, that'll be right now through the Monmouth lift station that we're upsizing, there'll be roughly 350 homes coming through Monmouth on the north side. So that's 900, Sunnybrook, 100, 200, and then all the way out to Winnican and Bingham. That's a pretty big area there. But also something for you guys to look at is the growth that we're putting in the community too. Look at, I mean, go up to 900 and 000, how many new houses have been built there since we got sewer there? So we're bringing a lot of people into Decatur too, using the businesses and things like that too. So, I mean, we did just take on, 8 new homes out at the golf course, that we planned ahead of time on that. So, I mean, and those are all city residents that we are now taking to help facilitate the city growth there too. So, just some things. I mean, I would love to start seeing us slow down. I mean, we're setting at 1,200 customers after this project's done. Now, in this project, we're only adding 100 customers. So, Project 5, we added, I mean, heck, there was 100 just on the Clems Lake South, the 224 East. Plus we did Magley and Winchester Extended. So there was quite a few. This one is a little more distance, but not as many homes with the 3 projects. And, I mean, you get out Knights of Columbus, 100 and 200 there, that ditch is heaping full of raw sewage. So we are cleaning up what's coming through town too. So.
Right. Again, I really appreciate what they're doing. It's just that we're at a point where we just got to make smart decisions and not overdo our capacity. Let me ask this, Carrie. So we are at what percentage are we at right now? Total 60 something.
63, it looks
63.
like.
Okay.
Yeah, 63%.
And that doesn't include this possible 12%. Is that?
It does not.
But we know the 12 won't be 12. It's probably gonna be more like 9ish, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be an extra 2%, or they're asking for another 12%? Because you're already contracted
Well,
at
I see
10%,
what you're saying, yeah.
correct?
Yeah, it would, the
So it'd
max
take
would
it up
be
to
12.3%, yeah. So it probably would, yeah, it would just jump, well, I don't know, I don't have Project 5 in there. There's a lot of, a lot of amendments that I wasn't able to put my hands on. So there is Project 5 that's in there that jumped up probably from like 10.2 to 11 or something along those lines.
So at this time, we really don't have we have to give them approval? Is that what you're asking for?
So with this project 6, we were given a very short time frame through SRF, through our revolving fund. We ended up getting $5 million in grant money, so they're making this very fast. Our bids were out 3 weeks, and we had to get it. They came in super good. We have to have our permits by December 6th. So we're kind of in a rush to some extent here to get these signed so we can get those permits so construction can start January 1. We're setting on this project at $6.1 million, and we got $5 million of free money that we would hate to just get rid of because we can't fulfill our permits and all of our timelines.
Do you have a projection on, any numbers on Project 5?
Project 5?
Yeah, it says we're skipping Project 5, or we don't have it on our sheet here. And it moves to Project 6. What I see here is,
I have all the amendments, Nathan,
Yeah, I don't have
available
one
to
with
me
me either.
today.
I know Project 5 was a pretty big project. I mean, Clem's Lake South, so that's 224 all the way down to, there was 100 customers just on that one. But we're not making any new points. We're going through the same flow meters.
So that's up
we were
here.
before.
okay.
I do have, just so you guys have, and I'll just hand this to you if you guys are interested. This is from 22 to 25. These are our flow rates through each of our,
Oh, you'll probably have to explain this to us.
well, so month by month, each one of these is our flow rate that we send from each area. I know it's
Do the same thing that I have on my bottom, so
Okay.
metered wastewater sent to the city in gallons per day. It's the same thing, mine is just all one number versus each individual of those.
Oh, okay, so
That's
this
giving you
is
month by month.
combined to follow the second one on the bottom, 20,000 or
The
2050.
Yeah, 28,185, see that one? It says metered wastewater sent to the city in gallons per day.
Oh, okay.
So that's based on each year that I gathered data for.
Okay.
Okay, so if I'm looking at this right now, up to 25, they're about 7%, 7.05% of our capacity.
Correct, on a daily basis.
Right, and
But you're telling us that you have to save 12% for them.
The contract says we have to save 12%.
right.
But it's not in addition to the 7%. So in
Just-
addition
just-
to that, so really, if we have a capacity, a usable capacity, before we have to take into consideration any kind of expansion, we're at 90%. So we lose 10% of our capacity. If we have to reserve, if they're using 7.05%, but we have to reserve 12, we're essentially taking that down to like 85% capacity that the city has available, and we're currently using 63% of that. So we have a 22%
Plus or minus.
cushion
Yeah.
to play with in terms of growth and determining what the balance point is between with growth within city limits, within our own municipal boundaries, and expansion for the district.
And peaks, we don't have to worry about peaks, do we? I mean, is there a big difference with rain showers and things like that? That
Within city limits there is,
Yeah.
but in the sewer district it is not.
is
They have-
not, because it's
They
separated.
have one issue that they're still working on out in the Monmouth area, they're trying to find. But they have to pay for it. just
Okay.
like Anybody else.
Okay. So we've still got we've got a cushion of about 20%.
Plus or minus, yeah.
Okay. And how much more, how much farther are you going? You going state line?
hopefully not.
Well, I don't know.
So, health department gives us the areas to go. Before Project 6, they gave us 10 new areas. Now, 2 of those areas are south. That wouldn't affect us up here.
Would they go to the burn plant?
They would go to the burn plant down there. Now, before we were getting maybe $1 or $2 million in grant. How we got 5, I don't know.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna take it when we can.
Yeah.
But the growth has just been skyrocketing, with the sewer district. I mean, in 10 years, we've got over 50 miles of force main pipe in the ground, 1,200 customers. So, we've always kinda said we could see it slowing down, but we tried a couple, one big project with a couple small projects. So, there are some other ones down the line. Now, we haven't even started discussing So, I guess you never know. I mean, we've gotta start managing the sewer district with what we have. I mean, we're almost 10 years old now. We're gonna start having some major maintenance things coming up. So, um, I can't say that, yeah, we're going somewhere else, or no, that we're not. I mean, it's.
Next question would be, where, you have any idea where Byrne is on their capacity?
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they've got a pretty decent sized plant down there. We only send them. I mean, we only got Lynn Grove down there.
Okay.
We're trying to deal with some other issues on getting the south end of the county.
We don't really have to worry about that part, do we, Decatur? Okay.
Do
And
you have to ask for that much capacity, or is it just something you ask? And now you've seen when it's metered. Do you have to ask for the full capacity all the time for your permits, or?
Yeah, it's more of a permit side, and Ben Adams, our engineering firm with Commonwealth, they're the ones that run these numbers and make sure that that's our pillow there. Now, I mean, as you can see, we haven't even been close to that, even with rainfall, with having some I&I come in, and I'm very, very proactive when I start seeing numbers go up. We're finding the issues, and we are. Now the Monmouth thing, that was a pre-existing issue, I think, before we went out there. I mean, our system's very tight. It's pretty, I mean, it's new. So, as for the capacity wise, I mean, I think that's just our pillow to make sure that we're good in case we were to have something happen. But like I said, we're more proactive than reactive on things.
These numbers come from state standards. That's the numbers that he has to submit to IDEM.
Right. And included in these numbers are the numbers we talked about yesterday with Winnikin and stuff like that, that they're very inflated numbers.
The school and.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And churches and.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
And in those-
assigning, it was, I mean, something to
15.
the effect of 5 gallons per person,
Per
per
seat.
seat
Holy
in
cow.
the church
In
per
a church.
day, in a church.
Well, church is Sunday.
So that gets factored in as part of their
Okay.
cushion, those things,
So
they're,
it's a
they're
max.
not,
And
So-
yes.
not
so
realistic,
that
it's
portion
padded.
of the capacity
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
certification is
It was,
an average
Extreme.
design flow of 26,440 gallons per day coming from that area.
Yeah. Like the
I
number
get what
that,
you're saying.
the number they used for the school was 15 gallons per student per day.
Holy cow. Big bladder.
Right. So,
And that is a state standard that's been there for over 30 years.
Right.
So you're
Hasn't
comfortable
changed.
with it?
I
Okay.
just want to make you aware.
All right.
You guys have gotta make that call.
You don't need a motion tonight, do you?
yes.
Oh, we did?
They have 2 capacity certifications.
Okay.
Authorization certifications, so,
What's that?
for
This
Something
is-
you need signed?
this is what they're asking me to sign.
Okay.
If you guys feel comfortable with him signing that.
Well, I mean, after the explanation with the churches and the schools and how many, that seems pretty heavy. Pretty heavy usage.
But
It
we're still
is.
guaranteeing that.
We have to
I was
guarantee
gonna
it. But it's
say,
still,
it
we've
does
still got 20%.
it does
capacity.
reduce the city's ability to grow, even though we all understand that that's not going to be utilized
Yeah.
and that is a buffer based on state standards. It does prevent the city from being able to access and utilize that capacity because we have to maintain that available space in the event the district does somehow need it or utilize it.
Josh, where you at? Is he still here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on that, for capacity, does that mean we would have to get another press and another weir tank or another clarifier?
Pumps, clarifiers.
And what would that add to us? Would that add another 30% or 50% or what?
It depends on how much you're gonna add.
Right.
One of the tanks out there now holds 200,000 gallons, so, and it's not just okay, you have this extra space, they have to look at it as, this is the contaminants coming in, based on the treatment that you have, can you reduce it to a certain level? It's not something that I do, I'm not an engineer,
Okay.
I guess if it's up, I mean, my thought is, I think I'm okay with this round, but I think we need to have some engineers look at our plant and decide what that cost would be to go up anymore.
Okay.
Before they go to any other
Cause we
project.
still do have 20%.
Yeah, and I think 20, I mean, especially if you're talking residential within the city,
Yeah.
20% is a lot of houses.
Yeah.
We could add a lot of houses in that 20%. I just think we need to put the pause on them, going forward after this one and find out what it would actually cost to expand. That we need a number
For industrial purposes.
for any expansion.
All right.
If we go above that
Threshold.
90, if we get to that 90 and we're gonna have to add on, what's that gonna cost?
I agree.
Just so
But
we're
you wanna,
aware,
you
just so we
feel
have the
comfortable with
information.
this at this time? We still got a pad or a cushion.
I mean, we still have 20%. I mean,
I think we're getting close. I mean, we probably should start thinking about maybe adding on. I don't know. We're that close. Probably should put it.
I mean, we're gonna have a big project with CSO work coming up too. If, maybe at some point we can, when the next tank gets brought up, or brought in, we can do some plant expansions at that time and get us a little bit extra capacity. I don't know, that's a possibility.
I appreciate her bringing this to our attention. I mean, letting us know
I do too.
this is where we're at. I think, like I said, I think I would be good with this, but I think at this point we need to say we're done until we get some numbers and we find out what it's gonna cost to expand.
But you think it would be wise to approve that?
It's not just good for the city, it's good for the county.
Right.
What they're doing. I mean, it really is. I mean, I think,
And they're paying for it.
Another thing to consider, Craig, I know those are all great things, and I think, the sewer district is doing a fabulous job. But our industrial user in town is pre-treating all of this water and
Okay.
sending us water that is, we'll call it cleaner.
Yeah.
This stuff's gonna be traveling 7 miles till it gets to the plant. I'm already seeing an expense on Sundays because normally I can shut aeration off and kind of play this game where I make my bugs really hungry by shutting the air off to them. But on Sundays, there is such a big flow coming in from the sewer district area that I have to have that air on 24/7 for the first 24 hours of the day. That load hits the plant. So, just throwing it out there.
Okay.
Yeah, this has just been my concern the whole time we started letting the county, like, I appreciate Carrie bringing it to our attention. We just gotta get a plan for how we're gonna,
Let me ask you a
gonna
quick question.
affect it. We have to have a plan on how we're gonna move forward. Like, if it's gonna be an expansion or the rate's gonna have to go up so we can expand.
well, I think at some point we talk to the county too. If
My-
we're expanding for them,
I got one question.
they
real
need to be
quick.
at the table.
When we bring it all from say it's coming from the north? Okay.
Well, it's coming from everywhere, but.
Right, but would it be something that we might need the county's assistance with putting in a storage tank till we can spoon feed our plant instead of mad rush with our plant?
Some of the changes to the contract include giving the city the abilities to force the district's hand to make some pre-treatment at their lift stations if needed.
Okay.
Because they're under the same ordinances as everybody else, the sewer use ordinance, where they have to meet they can't, pass a certain threshold like anybody else, otherwise we can surcharge them for that above and beyond. So I need to look into getting some sampling equipment to be able to take to all of their lift stations, to gain access to all of their lift stations, to be able to do my job properly. So these are just some of the changes that we've been discussing about putting in the new contract.
Well, my only thought is if we had a place in the middle, someplace before it fed our plant to create a big deal, if we could hold it, you spoon feed it into the plant the way you want to do it instead of having a big mad rush on Monday.
I don't know that you want it to do that, but, I mean, that's,
And
this
my
point,
point
we
would be
can't
that
force them to do
if
that.
that was the situation, or if we had to test at whatever pump stations, lift stations that would be up on the pipeline that brings it to our city, if we had an opportunity to hold it and then let the county share on some of those expenses, sounds like they got $6 million. But if you think that if this is a rush thing for them, I think that we could cross those bridges, in the future, but we'd still have capacity this time. Have discussion with that in the future.
Nathan, let me ask this. I mean, I know maybe not this project, but when you guys go after SRF funding, what if the city's asking for more capacity? Would the state be willing to allow some of that SRF funding to help us with capacity at our plant?
So looking at when other counties are asking for funds and everything else, I do see like they have like upgrades to certain lift stations, things like that. I guess that would be a bin question that I could definitely ask, because that has been something that we talked about. The problem is with how the sewer district's laid out in the county. We're every direction coming into town. We're south, we're east, we're west, north. To try to put in something for each area, just it wouldn't make sense. Now, that doesn't mean that SRF wouldn't be willing to help the sewer district with doing some upgrades to your guys' facility. I can't answer that, but I do know looking at the grading scale, when we submit to SRF, when we get our scale on our, I mean, they usually only do the top 10, and then they've got X amount of dollars, and they start putting that out. I think it's definitely something we can look into. I mean, I know Ben works with you guys here at the City of Decatur, and he works with us very closely. So I think it is a discussion that we can have. And I know we did discuss yesterday about doing some pre-treatment, which we have been doing a little bit. But, I mean, also right now we haven't had any any water coming in to dilute it. So we're taking raw sewage, I mean, which is what we want. I mean, that's we
Right.
want water
You
getting
don't want to
in.
dilute it.
Right.
But it is a high concentration, and I mean, I get homeowners calling, it stinks, but I mean, it's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that we can look into it and have a discussion with Ben and the board and with you guys too, so.
Right. And I think it's, also conversations with the county, not just the regional sewer district, the county. I mean,
I agree.
Not just the city wants growth, the county should want growth. I mean, there's
Yes.
no better way to lower the tax rate than is to increase the population. So they should want to be on board with this also.
Well, if you feel comfortable with Dan, I'd make a motion that we accept this.
Second.
Okay. Motion is second. I do think we need to bring some engineer, whether it's Ben or whoever, to look at our plant and give us some idea of costs for expansion, so that we even know what that number is.
Okay.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye. And do we need that motion to include Dan's signature?
We'll do another one. Opposed, same sign. Let's do it again.
I think it's Carrie's. Is it your signature? Stan's.
How
Okay.
about a motion for me
A
to
motion
sign?
for Dan to sign for it.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay.
Good discussion.
Is that everything you've had? Yep.
Nathan, do any other county sewer districts, do they have their own plants or not?
Some do, like up the lakes and stuff,
They
they
have
have
their-
their own, but, I mean, you're talking to put in, because we're so broad, lakes can do it because
They're right there.
yeah, and the number of homes. But yeah, there are some counties that have them, but it's mostly up north with the lakes and stuff.
Just curious.
I
Okay.
mean, but you're talking $20 million to put something like that in, or more.
All right, we have a few more things to get through. We have a authorization for signing the amended engineering contract with Commonwealth for water line replacement.
That's their PES, like the amended scope of their PES that was approved, but it wasn't authorized to
Discussed at the last
sign.
meeting, yeah, we just didn't authorize.
We didn't
to
authorize
sign.
the signature.
we just
So
didn't
we approved it,
authorize
we
the
just didn't
sign.
authorize the signature.
Of
On
you?
the water project with Commonwealth.
Okay, so basically the motion needs to let you sign it, Dan?
Correct.
We will both sign it.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the contract and have Aaron and the mayor sign.
Second.
Okay, motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we have, salt quotes to open,
2 of them.
2 quotes.
from Mid-American Salt, and the quoted price is $129.88 per ton.
Second base. Looks like more.
That's a double seal bid.
Yeah, it is.
And the second quote is from Morton Salt, and it is $122.50 per ton. So Morton Salt, $122.50 per ton, and Mid-American Salt, $129.88 per ton.
Is that delivered directly here? Both of them? We don't have to pay delivery on top, do we?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
That
Per
is
ton FOB.
It's delivered.
right here, yeah.
Bill, has it been a while since we used Morton?
What's that?
Have we used Morton?
Several years. I've seen a bid come from Morton in probably 10 years.
That's what I was thinking. It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
it's
But
been a long time for
was it a good
Morton
product when we got it?
Yeah, it was years ago.
Salt. Do you want us to take it under advisement, or do you want us to pass it for a little bit?
Is that solar salt?
It's your softening salt,
How about if we make a motion
softener
to
salt
take it
for
under
water
advisement?
plants.
Do you want, I was gonna say, the board can take it under advisement.
And you can look it over and make a decision, make a recommendation to us, and we can pass it. I mean, what's the timeline?
We have a meeting next week, so we can
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we take it under advisement.
let Bill look at it.
Both bids. Yeah. I
Second.
always like to do that with asphalt.
Motion and
stone,
second.
everything, make sure that
All in
it's
favor?
happy. Yeah, aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay. Bill will have you look at those. Okay, last thing we have is, Kurt, Ordinal. It's not they're adding some things to us, but they're not adding any fees, right?
No fees. They got a hold of us, a few weeks ago. They have a new deal called Ordinal Connect. Basically, this is for the public. This would go on our website. The public can actually access it and ask questions. We control what is put out there.
So it allows them to look up our ordinances and stuff by search engine basically on our own
Instead of
website.
having to go to the basement.
And it's free. We're actually the guinea pig in Indiana.
Whoa.
So anything that they throw our way is free. We're locked in at one price for life until we decide to not be in it. They are also looking, they asked permission, and Jamie was in that meeting with us. They're asking permission to take a stab at a C-click fix type thing.
Like a reporting.
Make that work, we could replace the current C-click fix without any fees that we're currently paying.
I will tell you, I was just at a conference and the city of Goshen received an award. They're basically going to get a grad student to work on a project, and their project is helping the permitting process. Like it gets backed up there a lot in some of these bigger cities. It gets backed up, and they're trying to find a way to send it back to the person that's asking for the permit to get it cleaned up before it comes in, and their department's not cleaning it up. I'm actually going to send the contacts from Ordinal to them. I think they could probably help them with what they're trying to do, because their permits are all backed up, but they come in, they're wrong. They got to red tape everything. Everything's wrong. So they're hoping to see when it comes in, it's at least formatted exactly how they want it. So I think this Ordinal would be a good thing for Goshen to look at.
And in that last meeting, they did make reference, they are working with Allen County.
Do we need a motion or anything?
I mean, there's no additional cost, but it.
No cost?
It changes the contract, I guess, doesn't
The
it?
contract does change, the name,
It's,
I believe there were two changes. One was the name on the
Do we just
contract,
make an amendment?
from Break Ground Technologies to Ordinal Technologies. And then also the addition of the Ordinal contact-free agreement at no additional cost. Those were the two changes on that amendment. So we just probably need a motion to sign, authorization to sign.
So moved.
Second.
motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Do you have anything else?
Let me look. We need to do this, yeah.
Board of Works.
A renewal contract with Accruent. Winston, do you have that one in there?
Is that's Aaron, right?
That's Aaron.
Aaron, do you have the
Yes, sir.
renewal of a contract with Accruent?
Right, it's software that we use for asset management. They're giving us two different options. We can go with a 1-year contract or 3-year. If we do the 3-year, it locks in the pricing for the 3 years and it saves us like $841.
Sounds smart. You're gonna use it anyway, right, Aaron?
Yes, we have to maintain our asset management for funding.
Are we doing,
So that saves us $831 a year
we doing that in council too, or just here?
per year?
Per year. If we do a 1-year contract, it's $18,517.23.
I'm not gonna talk about it up here.
If we do the 3-year contract, it's $17,675.54 per year.
I'd make a recommendation, we take the 3-year contract.
Probably if we
Make a
do
motion.
the 1-year, year to year, it's gonna go up
Yeah, good point.
next year.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Somebody has to sign it.
With the, okay, motion to have Mayor Dan Rickard sign it, is that okay, or you wanna sign it, Aaron?
It doesn't matter, it just needs a representative from the city of Decatur.
Motion to, could entertain a motion to approve the contract and authorize either the mayor or utilities auditor to
Okay.
sign.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, thank you. Did you have any other for us other than Chairman's letter?
I don't
Just
believe
make
so.
it a matter of record.
Okay, and just in the Board of Works, we'll do it in council too, but in the Board of Works, we need to make a matter of record, the letter of resignation from Jeremy Gilbert. We need to make that a matter of record.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, anything else from the board?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Hey, these are paper clips.
Council in 10 minutes.
Manual.